Alright, hello, my name is Matt, and it's about time I made a new video to demonstrate that I am in fact not dead. My last video was about a month and a half ago where I said that I was looking at making updates to my dashboard tool here, but life got pretty crazy for me all of a sudden, and I also had a lot of problems with the updates I was hoping to make. It turned out to be a lot harder than I expected. I haven't given up though, I'm still working through those. I'm even working with the developers of the other tools I was hoping to connect to. But you know that work is still ongoing, and hopefully I can debut that soon. As for this video, this week I got a request to do a particular a speed run of a particular stock. So I figured I could at least do that without needing the updated dashboard. As always, if you are unfamiliar with what a stock speedrun is, you can check this video's description for an explanation and a disclaimer as to its content. As for the stock that was requested to look at, let me go and type this in my little magic box here in the corner. That would be GWRS. So let's kick this off and have a look at what the hell GWRS is, shall we? Global water resources. That sounds pretty important. I mean, last time I checked, people need water to live. Also, what the hell happened to this after hours on Friday? It kind of took off a little bit. There's some kind of news that happened on Friday? What's this Insider Monkey article about 3 water stocks to buy 3 days ago? It came out in the morning. I kind of wonder what's with the bump after hours. That's a bit interesting. Well, maybe something in the conversation section can tell me about that, but I want to know a little bit more about what the company is. Water resource management company, that makes sense. Owns, operates, manages regulated water, wastewater utilities, primarily in metropolitan Phoenix, Arizona. Oh, so a surprisingly local company. I wonder if the person that requested this, and I am sorry, I do not have his name on hand. Usually I take a screenshot of the comment and I show it, but I got kind of lazy this time around. But person with the name that I unfortunately don't remember, I wonder if you are in fact from Phoenix, Arizona, and that is why you know this company and are interested in investing in it and knowing more. So, these earnings look half decent enough, not really exactly spectacular growth, but they're not losing money, and you see a little bit of revenue growth over time. That's half decent. Kind of the same story with the quarterly. Not exactly stellar, but by no means bad either. Let's see here. Let's see, what does this chart look like? Held up. Surprising that it went up in February and March, where a lot of things started to get rocky, but it began to hit a little bit of a rocky patch in April-ish. What about 5 years? What does 5 years look like? Okay, this is very interesting. Took a hit just like everything else when COVID happened. Struggled for a little bit just like everything else, but then came roaring back. Unlike, I think you'd be hard-pressed to find something that in the COVID recovery came roaring back to a level that was significantly higher than where it was prior, unless you're something special like a Zoom, where you are specifically have advantages in a pandemic environment. I mean, people always need water. There's no pandemic, boost for a water company. But still, that's interesting. Kind of, another interesting thing here is that whatever this drop was about from, let's say, August of last year to May-ish of this year, it's kind of returned to those same levels that it was prior to COVID here at the end of 2019. I wonder if this slow downward trend here is really more of a correction. People realized it was overbought, or overpriced rather, and nobody really wanted it at that price, so it slid back down to this level. And I wouldn't be surprised to see if it sit at this level for a while. That's kind of the prediction that I'm making here. Does it pay a dividend? Yeah, it does. That's not too bad. So, like I said, I don't think there's a good chance of this going up anytime soon, but it's probably not going to go down. I think it's going to languish at these levels just based on the chart I'm looking at. And, I mean, it pays a dividend. So, I'm not going to say it's a, well, I might be jumping to conclusions a little bit. I'm not going to say buy or sell anything yet because, I still have 11 minutes and 30 seconds left. But, sitting on something for a dividend ain't too bad either, and the dividend's not terrible. So, let's see here. Earnings beat, revenues rise, that's good. That's this past quarter, this one here. It's definitely healthy looking. It's a pretty good. Revenue is a bit on par with last quarter 3, but earnings are significantly higher. Revenue is only higher by, well, nowhere near the percentage of earnings, because you go from 1.5 to 2.11. That's more than 30%. That's more than 1/3, so 33% or whatever. That's pretty good. Let's see if I can see any negative news in here. Surpasses quarter 2 estimates, beat sales and estimates. Interesting that it gives me an article about this Consolidated Water. Is this a rival company to Global Water Resources? Because if they're not operating in the Phoenix, Arizona area, then I don't really give a shit how they're doing. I don't know where they operate. How do I... Consolidated Water Co. Cayman Islands, Bahamas, United States. Nah, that's a bit too generic. I don't think that they probably don't compete too much with Global Water. In fact, I wonder if this is. I wonder if there's a way to look up what other water companies serve Phoenix, Arizona. That might have to wait until Phase 2, but that would be good to know. Because if this is basically a monopoly of that area, then that's good, I guess. I don't know. I have conflicting feelings about that that I don't really have the time to get into here. Anyway, enough with that tangent. Let's see what else we got here. Rule for rate increase. What kind of rate increase? Increase the rate of what? New water and wastewater rates for 96% of its active service connections. Higher rates, I'm guessing? When we say rates, are we talking in, like, charges? Last rate preceding approval by was in 2014. New rates are expected to result in a collective revenue increase of approximately $2.2 million on an annualized basis. When does this take effect? Effective August 1st. That is interesting. I wonder how quickly you're going to see the effect of this, because I would say maybe not even quarter 3, but quarter 4, you'd probably see it. I kind of wonder what kind of... Wait. Really? I would expect a bump from news like that, but there's nothing. Let me look at 6 months. What's the date on this article? July 13th? Wait, that's not 2 months ago. That's about 1 month ago. That's actually roughly the last time I did a video. Ha 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 ha. It was a long time ago. I would have expected a bump from news like that, but I guess no one really cared. That's interesting. I kind of wonder why no one really cared. That seems like a big deal for this company. That's a little weird. I want to see. Let's see what his conversations have to say. Shed some light on this public offering. You know what? Yeah, I saw an article about a public offering. What's that about? Let me go take a look at that. Completes $1 million public offering of common stock underwritten exercise. Interesting. This happened on the same day as as when the new rates take effect. There's comments at previously disclosed price of $13.50 per share. When was this announced? That's probably what happened with the slide a little bit. I kind of wonder when that was announced, but I don't know. So what was the guy talking about? Why was he... I don't mind it, and I welcome the opportunity for Global Water Resources to expand, even if there's dilution in play, but how do you expect the MIS market will absorb 1 million shares given the volumes you've seen over the past few months? Why? Is 1 million a large, outstanding amount of the volume? What do statistics have to say? Yeah, well... Average volume... Let's see, what is this guy... Let's see, this guy's got replies. Also, a director just filed on shares acquired from the FO. As we had hoped, Director Khan did in fact buy the FO. He bought form for last night. He now owns a whopping 6 million shares. That's pretty good. You always want your insiders to own to be financially invested in the company. It's usually a bad sign when it's not. And the fact that he would take advantage of this opportunity to acquire more shares. Yeah, a board of director member that believes in the company he serves. That's always a good sign. You need better liquidity and balance sheet strength to begin moving up the acquisition scale and frequency timelines. Acquisition scale? What acquisitions? Are they planning acquisitions? What are you talking about? Going to 15? It would be nice if you backed up that claim with literally anything. Both directors and large existing shareholders bought 60% of the FO at 13.50%. You mean together they bought 60% of those shares? Really? That is very interesting. You know what? This is one of the best things that I can think of reading for a stock. You have insiders that strongly believe in the company. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. You know I said that it could languish at this level for, well, not languish, but sit at this level for a little bit. I'm not too sure now. Because all these insiders own shares, they think it's going to go somewhere. Okay, what was the things that I wanted to look up? I wanted to look up Phoenix, Arizona water companies. That's not how you spell Arizona, I know. City of Phoenix Water Services Department. Does this list the different companies that serve the area? Let's see. Oh, there's Global Water Resources. They got 1 star. They got 1 star. I kind of want to read what that 1 star is, but I'm not gonna bother. We got Global Water Resources. There they are. Beardsley Water Company, City of Phoenix Water Customer Service, Acme Water, Lagoon Estates Water Company, Arizona Water. Maybe well, you know, you can sit here and say, look at all these different water companies, but are these actually competitors, or am I just finding random buildings with that kind of name? What if I put in Global Water Resources competitors? Top competitors of Global Water Resources: Integrated Water Services, Artis. Actually, this seems like a very good article. That must be the building I just saw. Where does it list the top competitors? Integrated. What does this mean? Is that what the company's worth, or is that how much it earns? I don't know what this number here is supposed to be. Because what was the market cap of these guys? 329 million? No, that's got to be revenue. There's no way that it's well, actually, no. There's no way it's revenue, because that would mean... wait a minute. There's no way it's revenue, because that would mean these guys have a revenue of 190 million. But that's... Well, it's possible that these guys service more than just that area, considering that they seem to have a much, much larger number of employees. So I guess the higher number makes sense. I assume that number's employees. I don't know how to read this shit. Give me a legend, for God's sakes. My God. Integrated Water Services. Hey, what? No, I don't want to have to agree to shit. Also, this seems... I don't think this company is just Phoenix, Arizona either, because look, they're stationed in Colorado. I kind of wonder if this is the only company serving Phoenix, Arizona. I think I saw Global Water in that list. Can I go back to? Yeah, I want to look at that list again, but then I want to go forward. I want to do some cross reference here, all right? So I think I saw Global Water here, right? Global water. Oh, what? No, is that global water resources? I don't know. 7 Seas. Artisan resources. I don't see that here. Eastern Utilities Integrated Water Services. Is that here? Integrated Water Services. No. Oh, that was these guys I just read about. Yeah. All right. You know, I think I've wasted enough time in this nonsense. What was the other thing that I wanted to look up real quick? Oh, acquisitions. Yes, someone mentioned acquisitions that they might be planning. Acquisition. Acquires Farmers Water Company. How long ago was that? Also, I love the name of this website, Waterworld, named after literally the best movie ever. Plans to modernize Farmers Water Services. When was this? It was earlier this year. To acquire Farmers subsidiary. Has that happened yet? Has that taken place yet? They penned the deal, but has the merger actually happened yet? That's what I want to know. Completes acquisition. So that happened in... Oh, wait. No, that's a different one. Acquisition of 2 Water. Signs definitive agreement to acquire Farmers Water. I'm guessing that hasn't gone through yet, but an acquisition of something called 2 Water has. They're just buying up things left and right, aren't they? So, you know, there's a lot of stuff. I know based on the chart... So, literally the only thing that I don't like about this company that makes me not want to give it a buy... And I'm probably going to end up giving it a buy just because it seems very solid, but let me outline the things that I didn't like. I thought the chart was very unassuming. It seems like news that is typically very good news doesn't really want to make it move all that much, and I wonder why that is. Also, it seems like, you know, all these acquisitions and whatnot have been going through for most of this year, like that one that it acquired, that it closed in January. Why did that not stop or slow or do anything to the downward decline the chart was having up until that point? I don't know. Or some like a lot of what I've heard here and seen here is good. It's doing a bunch of acquisitions. That's good. I know my competitor research was kind of shitty, but it seems like it doesn't have any really local or super local competitors. I don't know. Maybe dude from Phoenix, Arizona can, you know, chime in on that. He might know about local water companies there better than I do. But there's that. There's the fact that the insiders seem very confident about the company, and that one guy in the comments made a very good point as to where that offering, the liquidity that offering gives them, would be very good for any acquisitions they're planning in the future. Which maybe that's what they're planning it for. I mean, they're obviously doing good things with the money that they have, which shows me that they'd be doing good things with the money that they would get from any kind of offering. Which again, they just closed one. It's not only do the insiders believe in the company, but apparently they believe in the company to buy the majority of the offerings. I've never seen that before. I didn't even know that was possible, to be honest. And I kind of wonder if the... Hold on, I'm trying to get my thoughts together. I kind of wonder if the idea of this most recent offering... I know this is going to sound a little conspiracy theorist, but I kind of wonder if the reason behind this most recent offering is twofold. Not just the fact that they want to get funding to continue to do things like acquisitions or, you know, whatever other business growth tasks what they want to do, but I kind of wonder if it was also an excuse for insiders who wanted more shares to acquire more shares without disrupting the market all that much, right? Because they must have bought, what was that offering? I think it said like 1.1 million shares or something like that. So that means, so it was 60%. 60%. Tell you what, I am not precluded from using a calculator during this stage. Let me go ahead and bring that out here. So let me tack that there. Good. We got 1.1 million. I am going to divide that. I can't do percentage because I'm a dumbass, so I'm going to divide it by 10 and then multiply it by 6 because I am a child when it comes to math. So this is the number of shares those two together bought. They can't just go out on the market. And they might not have access to, you know, sometimes you hear people bought, you know, they didn't buy shares off the open market. They bought it in like some kind of private exchange or some kind of like through the like shady back channels or whatever. These guys might have not had access to that. So this may have been the only way for them to acquire a massive new amount of shares without disrupting the market for their company's own shares, if that makes sense. Because if you see one day, oh, all of a sudden, like that, the average volume for this is like, what did it say, 21K a day usually? Oh, all of a sudden one day, no, you got 660,000 shares worth of volume. That's gonna alert some people to stuff going on, either good stuff or bad stuff, depending on, you know, who is on the driving end of that transaction. So that's kind of, I'm thinking that offering was a bit twofold. One, they needed more money to run the company and do like acquisition stuff that they wanted to do, and two, insiders wanted to acquire more shares, but they wanted to do so in a way that would not shake up the market for the shares of their company. They wanted to do it off the books without it really being off the books. So that's my conspiracy theory about that most recent offering they did. You can take that with you and do with that information whatever you want. But aside from the fact that the chart doesn't really seem to react much to the good things that I see going on with this company, is really the only thing holding me back from giving it a buy. And is that really a good enough reason? That's tough to decide. But you know what? I want to give it the benefit of the doubt. I want to give it the benefit of the doubt. So I'm going to say buy for this. Again, I liked a lot of what I saw, but the only thing that I really didn't like was the fact that the chart seems to not really respond to any kind of good news about the company. Maybe that'll break. You know, sometimes you just see that, and then just one day it breaks, and all of a sudden the chart starts, you know, tracking the ups and downs of the company properly. Again, properly is subjective. You know, something fundamentals, underlying, whatever. But yeah, that's kind of the only thing that bothered me. But I don't think it bothered me enough to not give it a buy. So that's what I think about your water company from Phoenix, Arizona. It is a buy. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will try to be back in a reasonable amount of time with my new updated dashboard and more videos. So thank you, and I will see you in the next one eventually.